A great round of cloud computing case studies and use cases for business value so far. We keep this ball rolling with Kevin Haw, Vice President of Product Marketing and Management at Metastorm, who will share with us an innovative approach for bringing collaborative BPM to the cloud to more quickly let companies optimize processes that cut expenses and boost revenue. Kevin.
Thank you very much, and hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to speak with you today. I'm going to start out by talking a little bit about the business challenges we see today in the marketplace, and then based upon that, hopefully give you a sense of why we believe that a combination of the cloud business modeling can bring together new value to companies. One of the things I think that's very interesting is if you look at data and surveys of companies and employees, what you find is that companies are really underperforming in very, very significant ways. This data is data from Kaplan and Norton, and what it shows is that a very small percentage of employees actually understand their business strategy. And then related to that is less than 20% of the businesses actually execute their business strategy successfully, not surprisingly given that such a small percentage of employees actually understand what the business strategy is. Here's other data that relates as well from a Harris poll that was done of several thousand employees. And similar to the last point that I made, a minority of employees actually clearly understand what their organization is trying to achieve and why. 20% are enthusiastic and have a clear insight into their team's goals. 15% felt that they worked in a high-trust organization. 10% felt that their organization had held people accountable for results. And then 13% felt that they worked and communicated well with other departments or groups. The analogy I like to draw to this data is to a sports team. And think about a baseball team where you have similar types of statistics. What this would mean from a baseball team standpoint is that 6 out of 9 of the players would not know which dugout is theirs. 7 out of 9 would not care. 7 of the 9 would not know what their position and role in the team were. And 7 out of 9 would be competing with each other rather than the other team. The big question is that the team you'd like to be on? And I think that most of us would answer no. So the question is, what causes this problem? And there are a number of things, but at least part of the diagnosis is pretty straightforward. One of the biggest problems that companies have today is they have no good way of broadly documenting, communicating who they are as an organization, what they do, and then even more importantly, what they aspire to be. Now, it's not that companies don't try and actually do this, they do. But the problem is that they often use the wrong tools and approaches. There are a lot of great tools out there, a lot of great products out there that we all use today, and they include things like PowerPoint and Excel and Word and Visio and in a variety of applications, and these are terrific applications. The problem is that these applications are often used for purposes that they weren't designed for. These are the tools that companies often use to document what they do broadly and communicate what they aspire to be going forward and so forth. And the challenge is that these tools make it very difficult, if impossible, to do things like maintain a single source of truth. Then you can easily share with others and collaborate with others. It makes it very difficult to broadly disseminate this information to people and make sure that you're disseminating the latest information. It makes it very difficult to understand the relationships across different aspects. One person's documenting something in PowerPoint and someone else in Excel and someone else in Word. Then creating relationships between those components is difficult, if not impossible, and frankly is not even something that one is necessarily even prompted or encouraged to do through those types of tools. They're not really designed for that purpose. So the real question is, how can one actually address this big challenge? So we believe there are 3 key ingredients that are necessary to help companies address this big challenge that they have today. The first of those is modeling, the ability to model what they do and what they aspire to do going forward. The second is to leverage aspects of the cloud. And the third is to incorporate concepts of broad collaboration. By combining these 3 components, organizations can uniquely provide a much clearer representation of what they do and what they want to do, to be able to very rapidly make that information available to a broad range of users through cloud-based technology, and thirdly, be able to collaborate with people in new ways, as you'll see in the follow-up session that we're going to do when we get into actually showing our new Metastorm M3 collaborative modeling environment. The net result of this is that organizations can then pursue organizational improvement more easily and therefore have a higher performing organization. So Metastorm M3 is a new offering of ours that combines these components, and it's designed to provide lighter weight modeling discovery capability to a broad range of users. So beyond the typical group of people that might use modeling, to basically allow a much broader swath of individuals within a company to contribute towards, as well as to react to models of the enterprise. It's something that's delivered on demand so that organizations can very quickly add users and provide rapid time to value in a way that provides minimal impact on IT. And then thirdly, it takes advantage of cloud-based infrastructure, in our case, Microsoft Azure, which allows us to provide a secure and highly reliable infrastructure from which to provide this broad-based collaboration. The result, again, is the ability to deliver faster and easier improvements within the organization. The other thing that I would note is that this new offering of ours, Metastorm M3, allows organizations to gain a lot of value at the front end, but it also allows organizations to then take that work and then to utilize it in new ways. So be able to take that documentation discovery and, if desired, to push it over to power users so that they can more completely analyze and assess the implications of possible improvements that have been proposed. Be able to look at the various impacts and risks and costs and benefits so that the best decisions can be made going forward. And then even to take that and push it a step further directly so that any desired process improvements can, for example, be executed through our BPM capability. So M3 is a component that can live on its own, but also very nicely complements more robust business process analysis and enterprise architecture activities, and then also complements organizations making it happen through business process management initiatives. Thanks.
Kevin, thanks for that overview of Metastorm's M3 and how the cloud can be optimized for some very business-centric BPM solutions. Let me ask a quick question before we go. The general sense that your customers have when you present them an ability to use the cloud to better collaborate and better provide visibility to their processes, is that a benefit in and of itself to their ongoing IT and BPM budget?
Absolutely. One of the biggest problems that companies have is that they don't have a good way to really reach out to that audience and make sure that what they are doing and what they are implementing is actually in line with what the business really wants. And these types of tools allow you to do that much more effectively because it provides a mechanism where a business user or someone who is really a novice from the standpoint of BPM or modeling can engage and react very easily.
And in fact, I took a peek at your drill down session coming up later this morning. We're going to see a demo of just how easy it is to embrace group thinking and collaboration for both engaging and reacting later today, right?
That's right.
All right. Looking forward to that. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.